What is up, folks? It's your man Jay, and it's time to go ahead and talk about the OnePlus 8 after 7 days. So, the first thing I want to chop it up with you guys about is the battery life. Now, the battery life on the OnePlus 8 is absolutely great. I took some screenshots. And I'm impressed, to say the least. The battery life is much better than I thought I would get. I'm averaging about 7.5 to 8 hours of screen on time, pretty much on every charge. And I'll post some screenshots up. But ultimately, the phone lasts for about a day to a day and a half on a charge for me. And I'm actually kind of surprised at that because I leave it on 90 hertz. I leave all the sync and everything all on. I leave everything turned on. And that battery life is over Wi-Fi and LTE. It's a mixture of both, or 5G. It's a mixture of both. Very little does it say it's on LTE. And I checked, and it actually is. Its signal is 5G. Like in this, when I check on the location, everything is 5G on the tower. But so it's 5G and Wi-Fi. That's a mixture of both of those. That is where that 7.5 to 8 hours of screen on time comes from. Now, usage will depend on you, the person, but ultimately you can look forward to getting at least 6.5 hours of screen on time with it set at 90 hertz continuously, at least in my experience. That's what I would tell a person. They're probably going to get about that amount of battery and at least a full day as well. So with me having all the notifications and everything going that I have going, the 90 hertz on. Lately I've been putting my screen to full bright. Some of you guys have been asking me with testing, Jay, why don't you put it to full brightness? For one, full brightness is not needed for me, and then it kind of makes the screen look a certain ways. But I've been cranking it to about 70 to 85% lately, and the battery life is still good. So I'm kind of surprised at that, but it's actually really decent. So battery life, check that off the box. You don't have to worry about that. Now, one thing I have been doing is looking at a lot of media consumption, and with a screen like this, it is just you have to. It's important to look at if you got this like borderless display. It's just going to be a thing. You're going to want to watch media on it. And I think this phone does very well at that. The speakers on here are really solid, man. Stereo speakers on a phone. I think once you get past a certain point in price, I think stereo speakers should have to be there. Because I got the Moto G Power and it has stereo speakers. You see, so, and it costs $200. This phone is $700. So, I think once you get to a certain point in what you're doing now, everyone should be able to incorporate the top earpiece as a speaker and use the bottom as a speaker as well to give consumers some sort of stereo sound. And that's important. So one thing I want to touch on is the cameras. Now, I did a quick camera comparison. I did a camera review of this phone, and I get all these messages. FedEx. I did that camera review, and the cameras didn't look horrible, but they didn't look the best. However, I actually left the house and I took one of the cars to get tinted, and I took this phone with me, and I shot some video. So it goes on my car channel, but I wanted to show you the photos and the video from this phone, the OnePlus 8, because I always tell you guys, outside a camera can do pretty much all cameras can look really solid, but indoors where I shoot at and shooting in this scenario that I'm shooting in now, phones have to really live up to the standards. They have to live up to the hype. And I know that companies probably are not testing the phones in these scenarios, but this is where real users might have to use their device, especially with a situation like this where we're not really going outside a lot anymore. So, but in fact, when I took the car to get tinted, I had this on with me, obviously. And you just tell me what you think about this footage. I think it's fantastic. And I also put up a couple of photos too. But this phone is absolutely spectacular outside. I mean, these rear cameras shot in 4K like butter. It was nothing. It just didn't do bad. And I didn't expect it to do bad. But at the same time, I thought, wow, how is it can't handle certain lightings and it's way off. Mind you, I can put this phone in artificial lighting and it still doesn't look that great. But outside, wow, photos come out great. Video is fantastic. And that's just what it is. So that gives me a second look, gives you a second look at the OnePlus 8's cameras. These cameras aren't horrible, but I still say they need to be able to perform in any situation if they're going to be told to the public that they're going to be that great. So a lot of you guys said, man, they look bad. But now what do you think about the cameras after seeing that particular footage? So if you want to see the full video, it's on my card channel, Mopar Family Man. Go check that out. You can also follow me on Instagram at 392 Silver Bullet. So with that being said, speaking about performance, this phone flies, man. It's just a phone that is just so speedy. I haven't had any crashes. I haven't had any failures. No, nothing. I don't look for OnePlus to have a failure when it comes to software. They're right on par with stock Android. While I don't do as many customizations, with the phones anymore, I still feel like OnePlus deserves some credit, man, because CyanogenMod at the beginning was actually fantastic. But this software as it stands right now, I mean, Oxygen OS, I think it's called Oxygen OS. It's actually fantastic, man. It's a stock Android phone with all the added customizations. Like if I wanted to put an icon pack on here, I don't have to do anything. I just need to get the icon pack and change it on the phone. I think I have some of my ones that I purchased on here before. I'm not sure. I'll look and see if I do. Nope, I don't have any that I bought on here. But I purchased a lot of icon packs, and I could just change the icon pack on there. So, performance on this phone, the Snapdragon 865, 1080p, 90 hertz display, with I think it's a 4,300 milliamp hour battery. Performance is top notch, 8 gigs of RAM. This is $699 package also. So I consider this a really good deal for the hardware. The whole package itself, I consider it to be a good deal. And the screen, it's just beautiful. I can't wait to get my hands on the Pro. I've been trying to get the Pro, but I think it just went in stock at the recording of this video. So you will see the Pro on this channel, but I do have some other phones lined up first. So I gotta go and keep it, in order. The OnePlus 8, man, is in no way a bad phone. Performs well, has really good cameras. Battery is way better than I thought it was gonna be for the 90 hertz thing. And just the overall build quality, the package, the software, the speakers, the screen, everything, it's worth it, man. I mean, I would definitely pay. I mean, I paid $699 for it, but I would tell a person this is worth $699. What do you guys think? It's your man Jay. I will leave you as I started with you. Let's put you right here, and let's get out of here. Take care, folks.